ESPN welcomes you to the following presentation of the XFL.
Tonight, we are in the Pacific Northwest, Seattle, Washington, for the final game of the regular season here in the XFL. The Vegas Vipers at 2-7 taking on the Seattle Sea Dragons at 6-3. So much is on the line for Seattle. They must win to have a chance to get into the playoffs. You see them getting locked in, putting the jersey on. It's about to go down. Week 10 here in the XFL. And let's walk you through the playoff scenarios. The magic number is 34 for Seattle because St. Louis won yesterday. First, Seattle has to win today. If Seattle loses, it doesn't even matter. St. Louis is in. But if they win, they must score at least 34 points, and they must hold Vegas to under 34 points in order to clinch. Now, there's some other scenarios after that, but it gets complicated. If you're Seattle, 34, that's your number. What's up, everybody? Welcome inside the booth alongside my partner. He's Tom Luganbill. I'm John Schriffen. Harry Douglas, Stormy Bonatoni will join us momentarily. Well, it's amazing we're talking about Seattle with a playoff chance today because they started the season 0-2. What sparked this turnaround?
Less errors, quite honestly. You look at the first two games, they essentially lost those two games on two plays. A fumble on the 1-yard line versus DC in the opener, and then the field goal again the following week versus St. Louis. But look at the bottom number on that graphic right there. You turn the ball over like that in the first 2 weeks, you're going to be in trouble. What do? They turn the tide. They've got the most explosive offense in the league right now. Ben DiNucci's throwing it all over the lot, scoring a lot of points, and then they minimize the turnovers. Not enough. They want to keep those turnovers down, but they started making some plays on defense as well. Complimentary football.
All right, you know Vegas is also going to bring it here today. I spoke to Rod Woodson on the field before the game. He said, we lost to this team in week 3, but we are a completely different ball club. One big change at quarterback, Jalen McClendon.
When Arlington called to make a trade for a quarterback, Rod Woodson said, I'll trade you anybody, but I'm not trading Jalen McClendon. And you look at the numbers right here. Has not turned over the football. Completion percentage is at a very high rate. And he's a guy that has taken advantage of the opportunity. He can use his legs. He can create. And he's one of those players that epitomizes what the XFL is all about. Find the right place at the right time with the right opportunity. And when you get that opportunity, go out there on the field and prove your worth. That's exactly what Jalen McClendon has done, hoping to get a win to head into the offseason tonight.
Well, Seattle, with all the playoff scenarios at play, on top of that, they're also playing with heavy hearts tonight. They received the unfortunate and tragic news this week that defensive end Chris Smith, their teammate, passed away on Monday. Now, the 31-year-old was an 8-year NFL veteran. He joined this team back in week 3. He was a big reason why Seattle has a chance to make the playoffs today. Now, unfortunately, at this point, we do not have an official cause of death. But what we do know, Chris Smith has left a lasting legacy on not just this team, but the XFL as a league and this city of Seattle. For more on how the Sea Dragons are handling this tragedy, let's send it down to Stormy Bonatoni.
Yeah, and John, there's no playbook for how to handle this type of thing. Players and coaches using words like unimaginable and heartbreaking to describe the unexpected loss of their teammate. Make no mistake, they are very much so playing for him today and wanting to honor the bright light type of person that he was. They set up his locker in pregame. Each player has a decal on their helmet with his number 42. And during individual player runouts in pregame, the D-line all came out together with his jersey in their hands. The all orange, by the way, his favorite. He always wanted to wear orange. And when I asked head coach Jim Haslett the message for his team today, given the circumstances, he said his message was actually Chris's. He got choked up and shared the last text that Chris sent him prior to last week's game. It said, I'm sorry I can't go. Win this one, come back, and we'll win the whole thing. Some powerful motivation for this group today, guys.
Wow, Stormy, powerful indeed. You know, back here in the booth, I think what we love about football is that it closely mirrors life.
Yep.
But this is not the fun part about football or life. Dealing with a tragedy like this, you've been around the game your entire life. How do you reset, regroup for a game like this?
Well, a football team and a locker room is the ultimate family, right? And when you lose a family member, how do you honor the legacy of that lost family member? You go out and you do the only thing you can do. You win the game, you find a way to get into the playoffs, and that's how you celebrate Chris Smith.
Vegas will receive the ball first here as we get set for the opening kick. The last game of the regular season here in the XFL. Seattle boots thing away. Both teams can release once it is caught. Here goes Vegas on the return. Sin-Q Sweeting over that left side, crossing the 30. Bring them out, bring them out. Vegas Vipers get the ball first. Jalen McClendon was third string to start the season. Now he's the starter. Yeah, third string, and the guy that really struggled to get on the field throughout his collegiate career, first at NC State, then at Baylor, and now this opportunity has presented itself. And this offensive staff and head coach Rod Woodson believes that he could be the cornerstone of the future offensive football for the Vegas Vipers. Fumble, first play of the game. McClendon gets it back. Miscommunication results in a gain of 1. Got to be careful with some of the backfield action and the mesh point here.
27B.
Got a nice lucky bounce backed up on your own 35-yard line. Very fortunate there for Jalen McClendon. After the fumble on first down, 2nd and 9 for this offense for Vegas. John Lovett, the running back, is in there because Rod Smith is out. He was the workhorse all season for Vegas, but an opportunity for Lovett here today.
He coming?
And I think it's important that they establish the run game, whether it's through Lovett or whether it's through Jalen McClendon. Force Seattle defensively to have to defend all 11 players in the run game for Las Vegas.
33Q double bubble.
First chance for these fans here at Lumen Field to get loud. 3rd and 1.
Down! Yo! Tonight! 180!
McClendon keeps it himself, and he will rush for the first down. Really like this play call. You bring in the extra blocker, an 89 right there, pull around with the guard scheme, 75's pulling around, and now you've got an extra hat offensively because the quarterback is the runner of the football. That's a numbers advantage for Vegas in the run game. May force Seattle to bring an extra defender down.
Here we go! Set up! 180! What's up?
Vegas 1st and 10 from their own 46. Handoff is Sin-Q Sweeting. And Sweeting, maybe a loss. McHale right with the big tackle.
Let's go trips right, 33 swap. Trips right, swap, 33 dart spot.
33, hey, 33.
Trips right, 33 swap, dart,
33 swap,
green
33
spot.
swap. Yo, Joe.
No gain on first down, 2nd and 10. Seattle showing blitz. Here comes the pressure, and McClendon had to sidearm it just to get rid of it. Bryce Thompson was there on the pressure. Got some pressure, free rusher coming off the edge, times it perfectly. And this is an RPO. You had 33, which is their zone to the left, or you got the flat route out here and you just missed him because he's under duress with the defender in Jalen McClendon's face. Sometimes it's not about the sack or the hit, it's about altering the throw. Got to give McClendon credit, though. Realizing the rush, got rid of it. 3rd and 10.
180! What's up?
Here comes the pressure again. Throws to the outside. Incomplete. Overthrew Geronimo Allison. Jalen McClendon's going to wish he had this one back. He's got Allison on the deep out route. He's got enough time to stand in there and deliver this ball. He's just high. Boy, that would have been a nice completion on 3rd and 10. Some early down jitters. Get him to settle down a little bit, but boy, you see the arm talent there from Jalen McClendon, why Rod Woodson loves him so much. So the opening drive of the game, Vegas will punt it away. Michael Carrizosa with a high spiral. Kelvin McKnight will field it inside the 5. What can he do on this return? Not much. Tripped up as he crosses the 10. Ben DiNucci just seems like he's been more and more comfortable in this offense. He is just lighting it up now. He is. This number right there is a bit concerning still. Obviously, you don't want to be careless with the football, but he'll make some plays where he pulls a rabbit out of the hat.
Start this thing off the right way. 880 on 2, ready.
And has really made his fair share of spectacular plays, not just with his arm, but with his legs. He's one of the most deceptive runners in the XFL at the quarterback position.
Set, go! Ah!
On first down, empty backfield, setting up the screen. That's Josh Gordon. Gordon, you know he's got wheels. He is bumped out of bounds. They wanted a flag. Nothing comes. First down after a gain of 13.
Nice little pitch and catch, throwing right into the pressure. It's exactly what you want to do offensively.
860 on 2, ready.
Ben DiNucci, another former NFL guy, back in 2020, a 7th-round draft pick for Dallas. He learned behind Dak Prescott. First and 10, empty backfield. Across the middle, back to Josh Gordon. These two have found quite the team. A gain of 12.
And such a big-bodied target. You get him coming across the middle on the slant route and such a wide catch radius.
Last time these two teams met back in week 3 in Vegas, Seattle got the win. Gordon, what a monster game he had.
461 wham on 2.
Acrobatic. Huge play down the sideline that ended up being the difference in the football game. Looks like we should have run here. We heard wham from Seattle.
DiNucci sets up the screen, back to Gordon. And you talk about that play that won it, Stormy. We all remember Ben DiNucci on the mic after that play.
Oh man, he was going down the sideline screaming at the top of his lungs, just like a noise that he said he probably couldn't replicate if he tried at this point. It went viral. He said when he got back to the locker room, he had more text messages about his reaction than the play itself. But he told me, hey, Gordon is like create a player in Madden. He even told him the first time he met Josh Gordon, he said, dude, I had you on my fantasy team. What are you doing here? But hey, let's get back to the league together.
I love it. First 3 plays were to Gordon. This time it's Philip Lindsay. Lindsay keeps those legs churning. The former Denver Bronco, he's got a first down, a gain of 9. Here was the play back in week 3.
Yeah, look at Ben DiNucci just throwing it up. Give the big guy a shot. You make the adjustment, and then you're able to backstep, cross back, and off Josh Gordon goes. Now listen to Ben DiNucci. He's the Joker.
What would you call that sound?
A high-pitched giggle.
All right.
Gotta go. Set go!
First and 10 after the Lindsay run. Another screen. This time is set up for Tumapeo. The big tight end, rumbling, has another first down, and Seattle moves the chains, a gain of 12.
Take a look at those numbers right now. That's the only time in the XFL that you've seen this type of offensive output in the run game from a receiving target, and then obviously at the quarterback position. And this is where Seattle started to get hot. The enthusiasm and the confidence and the momentum has carried them to this point with an opportunity to earn a playoff berth.
DiNucci's a perfect 4-4 to start this game. Hands this one off. TJ Hammonds, he's still on his feet. Seattle, they're picking up extra yards after contact this first drive.
Doing a really nice job finding some little creases. See June Jones there.
Hung to spread left.
Hung to spread left.
Here we go.
Hung to spread left.
Here we go.
Denver stare D's.
Denver stare on 2. Denver.
I love a little Tom to spread left.
Yes. Set go!
4 wide on 2nd and 2. They give it back to Hammonds. And he finds a crease over that right side. That's enough for a first down.
You know, I think the one thing that we've got to keep an eye on today is there's a mental challenge, I think, for
Nebraska, Z Reed, X Dig.
Seattle on offense. They can't get in the mode that, oh, we got to score on every drive. We got to score on every play. We have to hit that 34-point mark. If they get caught up in that, it's going to be problematic. Just run the offense, be methodical, and the plays will come your way.
Under 7 minutes to play here in this first quarter. No score. DiNucci looks for the swing pass. That's to Hammonds. Bumped out of bounds. It will be a yard short. DJ Calhoun with the stop, but they picked up 9. They're just getting chunk play after chunk play.
Well, listen, they're taking what the defense gives them. And sometimes it's been in the run game, and you see Ja'Cour Pearson heading into the locker room, and that's not good news. That's one of the most explosive players in the XFL. One of the guys that actually came out of the offseason showcases, the camp and combine, to give players an opportunity. He's a prime example.
On 2nd and 1. Hammonds cannot turn the corner. He's going to be stopped for a loss there. Maurice Smith got in the backfield, a loss of 5.
It's a nice job leveraging the football outside in, stretching it to the sideline by Vegas on defense.
Helm to spread right. 90 prop X levels. 90 prop X levels.
90 on 2, ready. 90.
10th play of this opening drive for Seattle coming up. This will be the first third down of the ball game for them.
Set, go! Hut!
3rd and 6. 4-man rush. DiNucci, he is flushed out to his right, scrambling on the run, and he overthrows everybody. Maximilian Roberts was chasing him down from behind.
This is where DiNucci's athleticism comes into play. So instead of this being a negative play or a sack that really pushes him back from a field goal attempt standpoint, he's able to evade, get out, and get the ball out of his hand, live to play the next down. But it's field goals instead of touchdowns for Seattle. That's something that cannot happen tonight if they hope to score a lot of points.
Dominic Eberle, his 39-yard field goal attempt is no good. The magic number is 34. They first got to win.
Yeah.
That's the big one. Eberle just hooked it wide left. No score here in Seattle. XFL is brought to you by Progressive, the right call to protect your home and car. And Pella Windows and Doors, tested for extremes, designed for your home. Man, one of the most beautiful places here in the country, Seattle, Washington. Let's remind everybody what's at stake today. Seattle must win to have a chance to make it into the playoffs because St. Louis won yesterday. But you can't just win. You got to run up the scoreboard. The magic number is 34. If Seattle scores at least 34 and they keep Vegas under 34, then they will move on and into the playoffs. It's interesting. Everyone knows they got to put up numbers. Stormy, how did that affect the betting lines today?
Yeah, well, you see that 10.5-point spread on your scorebook there. Seattle was an 8.5-point favorite all week long. That was until yesterday when the Battlehawks won at margin. Got an interception.
Oh, no, it was dropped.
Almost.
That was Bryce Thompson. He was looking at the end zone first. Stormy, keep it going.
Almost. Well, yeah, so like I said, the spread changed once the Battlehawks won the way that they did at Orlando. They needed to win big, and they did put up 51 points, a league high. Bettors saw how much that motivation influenced St. Louis down the stretch and bet accordingly this game with Seattle in that same situation. So oddsmakers made the adjustment, and upwards of 75% of the betting handle is on the Sea Dragons today.
Stormy, after this play, I'm going to come back to you with another question.
Run on the ground. This is John Lovett, nothing doing.
So, Stormy, I know with Vegas, particularly in the first half all year long, that's been their best football. They have not been able to be a team that can finish in the second half. Do you like the plus? I think you said +6 prior to the game
Plus
with
6.5.
Seattle? Or excuse me, yeah, with Vegas?
Yes, I love that. That was my favorite bet of this game coming in, was a +6.5. Back-to-back weeks, Vegas has had a halftime lead and let it slip away. They've led Orban Tide after 2 quarters in 7 of 9 games this season.
Well, Jalen McClendon's going to have to complete a pass. He has not completed a pass yet so far. Here on the second drive, 3rd and 6. Had a guy, but take it out. Whoa, Jeff Badet thought he had it, but Mikhail Wright says, have some of this.
Wow, this is a shot. Jalen McClendon fires this ball in there, and it's timed up perfectly by Mikhail Wright to jar that ball loose. And now Seattle with another opportunity to get the ball back. And, you know, we talk about that magic number, the playoff magic number of 34. That last drive for Seattle had 10 plays, 66 yards, but it took 6 minutes and 24 seconds off the clock and no points. Got to get points if you're Seattle, if you're going to drive it that long.
Carrizosa punts it away to McKnight. McKnight from the 25 is tackled immediately. So Seattle has to win to make in. St. Louis, they're also interested. If Seattle loses, they will be in. The watch party going on right now. This is how you end the regular season. No score between the Sea Dragons and the Vipers here in the first quarter. We continue to remember the life and legacy of Chris Smith, who tragically passed away on Monday at the age of 31. We see the tweets pouring out from the NFL. These are teams he played for: the Jaguars, the Ravens, the Browns. Before the game, head coach for Seattle, Jim Haslett, talked about him in the locker room.
Hey guys, it's been a long week. If any team deserves to win a game, it's you guys. But you're going to have to go out and fight for it. And you're going to have to go out and battle, all right? And play the way you played up to this point. Does that make sense? Yes, sir. So let's go out, give it all right? Give it all for one guy.
Let's bring in Harry Douglas. Harry, you've been inside an NFL locker room. You are on the sideline right now for Seattle. How are they handling all the emotions to start this one?
Right now, the guys are doing good, going through their plays, out there balling out on the field, especially that defense. But I will tell you guys, being a former player, these type of things are difficult. And the best way to honor Chris is to go out there and make your plays and play hard and fight for your brothers. Football is a community. It's a brotherhood. So when you get an opportunity to play for one of your brothers, you want to do your best.
Yeah, and Harry, football's a hard game. It's hard enough when everything's going your way, and then when you deal with sadness and loss, you got to use that in a way to motivate and create some positivity.
DiNucci, after the incompletion, 2nd and 10, throws across the field to his steady receiver, it's Damian Willis. Now, Harry, Seattle already had one receiver go down. As we see, Damian Willis is down. What happened to Ja'Cour Pearson earlier?
Yes, he had a left wrist injury, went in to got x-rays. The x-rays came back negative. He got the wrist taped up, and he's back there on the field right now.
All right, but we do see Willis is down after making that catch for Seattle. And Tom, one of the biggest reasons why Seattle has done so well in the second half of the season, this receiving core has been explosive.
It's been explosive, and it hasn't been all about Josh Gordon. It's Ja'Cour Pearson who's emerged. Damian Willis has emerged. Blake Jackson's been a go-to guy. And again, I want to go back to Ja'Cour Pearson because, you know, not everybody's just going to go into a draft pool of a supplemental league like the XFL and get drafted. You might have to actually go out and prove yourself in a camp or combine setting, which is why the showcases for the XFL are so pivotal. And that man right there, Jim Haslett, I remember prior to the season telling me about Ja'Cour Pearson. He said, man, we had him at a showcase, and he ran a blazing fast 40 time. And then we watched him for a couple of plays, pulled him aside and said, you know what, you go ahead and just sit over here. We've seen enough out of you because we don't want anybody else to see you, but we think we've got something in you, and now we're probably going to be looking at him potentially signing a future NFL contract.
You see Pearson back on the field as Willis is being helped off the field. XFL semifinals next weekend, Saturday at 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific on ESPN2. Also Sunday at 3 Eastern, noon Pacific on ESPN. Both are on ESPN Deportes and ESPN Plus, so you can watch it anywhere. How incredible has this season got? I mean, it feels like 10 weeks just flew by.
It's flown by, and you look at that South Division Championship. All the teams are at the hub there in Arlington. They played in Arlington, and then now they're just going to play again, all over again. And there's a lot of familiarity between those two teams as we got 3rd and 6 right in front of us, and Damian Willis does not look like he's feeling very good.
So the medical staff will attend to Willis as he is helped off the field. It'll be a 3rd and 6 coming up. DiNucci so far today, 6 for 8, 55 yards, but he has hit 4 different receivers. What does he come up with here on 3rd down? Vegas showing blitz. They only rush 4. DiNucci throws off his back foot. It's a jump ball. Incomplete. Jordan Veazey went up. Jamar Summers was right there with them, defending for Vegas.
I thought I did. Yeah.
Listen to Ben DiNucci talking there with June Jones. Try and stop, go up and elevate, and I think you've got to extend in that type of scenario with Veazey. The cradle catch and jump, go up and extend above your head and take the ball away. But Ben DiNucci, that's the one thing about him. He's a gunslinger. He's a riverboat gambler, but sometimes he also throws off of his back foot and just kind of flicks it. And I think he lost a little bit of power on that throw.
Cameron Iselek with the high punt to Matthew Sexton. Fields it at the 30 and will call for the fair catch. Let's say riverboat gambler?
Oh, yeah. And you love those guys, right? That's what makes Ben DiNucci so much fun to watch. Because you sit there and he'll pull something out of nowhere and you'll go, man, that was unbelievable. But then you know what he'll do? He'll do something to tick you off. And you have to learn to live with the good versus the bad, because the good's going to be really, really good, and you love Ben DiNucci's competitive temperament. He loves to play the game of football.
Well, I'll tell you what, Vegas is playing spoiler role right now.
Yep.
Because not only does Seattle have to win, they have to put up at least 34 points. There's a point differential on the tiebreaker with St. Louis. Lovett in the backfield. He will get the carry on first down, weaving his way through that hole, picks up 5 yards. The stop by Thompson.
You referenced that number, and we're going to talk about it. 34. Well, the first quarter clock is not helping that number, because this quarter has gone fast.
Pistol.
And Stormy did say she liked the first half plus 6.5 for Vegas. It's looking good right now. 2nd and 5. They go back to the ground. Lovett again. Maybe picked up 2. It'll set up 3rd down.
Hey, 11.
Right hash, here we go. Let's go. Joker left.
Joker left. 8 short. Joker left. 8 short.
Show over 46.
Oh, no.
Show over 46.
Hey, 50.
Show over 46.
50 burst, 8 rail. Here we go. Set on. 180. What's on?
3rd and 6 for Vegas. McClendon scanning, pocket closing, still on his feet, trying to spin out, and he's dropped. Daniel Joseph with the sack for Seattle.
That's the end of the first quarter.
Well, we thought a ton of points would get put up in this one, but it is scoreless after the first quarter. The Space Needle high above the city of Seattle.
before they get run over.
We're back at Lumen Field, and I'm here with head coach Jim Haslett. Coach, it's been a tough week for your coaches and your players. How would you assess their play early on?
Well, we've been doing a great job on defense. On offense, we've been moving the ball, but obviously we want to score. And it has been a long week, and our guys have toughed it out. And you know, it's Chris he's a great human being, great family, and I had a chance to meet his mother and dad this week. And it was very emotional, and our guys had a long week.
Thanks, Coach.
Yeah, thank you.
Pat, I appreciate you bringing that interview. We talked to Jim Haslett this week, and he talked about Chris Smith's parents. His mom and dad actually came and visited with the team, and Coach Haslett was saying his team was having a very difficult time dealing with the news, the emotion, how to move on, how to handle it. But it was Chris Smith's parents who made it a little easier for them to understand it, because their faith, their belief in God, and just telling it, you know what, this is God's plan. This was just his time, and the players really responded to the parents coming and having that moment with them.
I got to imagine that eased the tension a little bit amongst the players, and then the courage of Chris Smith's parents to be willing to do that, just unimaginable.
McKnight receives that punt inside the 20. Trying to reverse field, but he doesn't get there. Only a gain of 2 on the return. So Ben DiNucci will come back out. How does he get this offense going for Seattle?
Again, I don't think you can be greedy. You don't have to worry about the number 34 and having to score points, because if you start pressing,
This side.
you're going to start making errors. You're going to take risks.
790 max, Hank. H long, F check on 2, ready.
But I do think
F check.
that they're going to have to start running the football a little bit so that they can create some opportunities for explosive plays downfield.
Set, go! Hut!
DiNucci pressured out of the pocket, and will throw it away, incomplete.
Charlie.
Kelvin Pinckney, Jasheem Martin were there chasing down DiNucci.
I know, I did,
Here, DiNucci, they're talking to his tight end, and he actually talked to him while he was evading the rush, trying to get him set up on the check down. You see number 89 right there.
Come on.
Ben DiNucci in the moment, directing traffic while the live bullets are flying by.
60 George on 2. Trips right, trips right, trips right. Trips right, trips right, 60, TJ! Timeout. It's trips right.
First charge timeout.
I know, trips right. Trips right.
So Seattle calls timeout. The 9-part docuseries, Player 54, continues with an all-access look at XFL players and coaches. Episode 7 premieres on Wednesday, 3:30 p.m. Eastern, 12:30 Pacific on ESPN2. All episodes are available on ESPN+. I've really enjoyed watching Player 54, getting to know these players on a different level, seeing them more comfortable with the cameras week after week. It's been incredible.
It's been incredible, and it's so fun to see them interact and how important the game is, right? And without what we are watching and what we experienced over the last 10 weeks, there isn't a Player 54.
DiNucci off of the timeout, throws off his back foot. A dangerous throw, was looking for Gordon. Deontay Anderson jumped that route on defense.
Deontay Anderson makes a great play here. See Josh Gordon, he's going to take an inside release, bend it over to the sideline. Anderson just undercuts it. I've been impressed with Las Vegas on defense. They've allowed the ball to be thrown underneath, but then they've tackled in space, and they have not been able to. They have not given up a big play through the air. Vegas is locked down so far on intermediate and deep routes.
3rd and long for Seattle. Sidearm completes underneath. Spin move. Jackson, and he gets out of bounds, short of the first down.
That's where they're coming from. That's where the guy's coming from.
Offense a little out of sync for Seattle.
Again, there hasn't been anywhere to go with the football except some of the underneath throws. But when you get in 3rd and long, you're going to have to be able to manage some completions at or beyond the sticks.
Another 3 and out for Seattle. Nizelek with a high-hanging punt to Sexton. Sexton, this one will try to return it, but can't get through that seam. So Jalen McClendon will come back out at quarterback. Started 3rd on the depth chart. It was Luis Perez, his job to start. He got traded away a few weeks ago. Brett Hundley, the former Packer, he had his opportunity. And now it's the youngster, Jalen McClendon. And when I asked Rod Woodson, I said, how come McClendon hasn't had much playing time, either in college or pro ball? He said, I don't know. I can't speak for other coaches, but I know he has it.
Well, he certainly has a high ceiling for development because he hasn't played very much. And these opportunities that he's had here has proven his worth, that his production can match his physical attributes.
They start this drive on the ground and love it. Love it just picks up a yard.
How you gonna be 3 guys? Does that make sense? Get what you can get.
Sure, right? 28 pin open. I got you. Hey, 28.
You know I love you, man.
Yes, sir.
I know.
You yelling at me because you want. Yeah, I know.
If you can split the motherfucker, split it.
That was Jackson who made the catch on the last drive on that 3rd down play, showing some love to his coach. Now they're on the same page, it seems like. 2nd and 9 for Vegas. And penalty flag.
56 with a false start. 56 false start. False start. Offense. Number 56. 5-yard penalty. 2nd down.
At the left tackle, Larry Williams, our first penalty of the day for either team.
Going back, you're right, it's been a clean first quarter. So
751, 8 cross. You got a double check.
Going back to Jim Haslett and Philip Lindsay in that interaction, you know, that's coach to player. You're gonna get your tail ripped, and they're gonna come and they're gonna put their arm around you, and they're gonna tell you they love you because they do, they care.
What's that?
2nd and 14. McClendon, he's gonna air it out and overthrows everybody. Threw it into double coverage, trying to find Jeff Bedette.
There you go. 11, 11, 11. Even right. H-fly. 89 missile.
4-man. Show over 4-man. Keep the quarterback contained. Keep the quarterback contained.
That's deep.
Right, ace fly, 89 missiles.
Every defensive coordinator's worst fear is
on X.
if you're going to play man-to-man defense, you're going to be susceptible to quarterback run.
3rd and 14, setting up the screen. Coming back to it is Geronimo Allison, and Seattle was ready for it. First completion of the game for Jalen McClendon, but they do not get the first down. Thompson again with the tackle.
Both teams defensively feeling it a little bit today. Not allowing any explosives, tackling well in space, forcing the opposing offense into 3rd and long situations.
Now let's remind everybody, yes, Seattle has to win this game today. If they don't get to that magic number of 34, we go to another tiebreaker decision. That's the one that gets more complicated. So even if they don't hit 34, Seattle still has a path to move on into the playoffs. But they got to win first. They're in a fight right now with Vegas. No score here in the 2nd quarter.
Hey, Sean, super proud of you, buddy. You've been killing it in the XFL, catching footballs like a pro. Now it's time to come catch some calls.
Seriously, though, wish you the best of luck in your last game.
Hey, Sean, super proud of you and all your accomplishments, but it's time to stop messing around, playing football, and come on home because you know we're OPD for life.
Hey, Sean, I hear you kicking butt out there, and we miss you. We've been using your car as a spare, so we appreciate it. And it should clean up fine, and the stains will come out.
Oh, why they got to do him like that?
Been using your car as a trash can. Sean, what's going on, man?
Shout out the Ocala Police Department. They allowed Sean Price, who is a police officer, to step aside from his day job to follow his dream here in the XFL. How cool is that?
Protecting and serving, man. His car, the stains will come out.
Oh, dangerous pass. Incomplete. Trying to set up VC again. But Maurice Smith was right there for Vegas.
It's the second time Maurice Smith has been the Johnny on the spot. He's been around the football from a secondary perspective all day long today.
On two, ready.
When will this offense for Seattle get going? Second and 10. Danucci slings it. And he has a completion to Juwan Green. That's a pickup of 6.
Trips right up. 881 prop divide.
Here we go.
881 prop divide.
881 on two, ready.
Little pitch and catch on the smash route. Corner by the inside receiver. A little hitch on the outside.
Let go.
Let's see if Seattle can convert their first third down today. They're 0 for 3. 3rd and 5. Danucci pressured again, throwing on the run, and he didn't give his receiver a chance. Incomplete. And frustration starting to mount on that Seattle sideline.
Yeah, and that was the first really third and manageable they've had so far here in the first half, and they cannot get the ball complete at intermediate and deep levels of the field, and they've made multiple attempts.
I didn't see what happened to the line. I was watching the coverage, but the Z is the guy. If you look, you must have looked down the middle because they cut the Z loose.
What does that mean?
What he's saying is somebody came loose versus the coverage. It was the Z receiver down the middle of the field, and Ben Danucci just didn't happen to see him or didn't lock on it early enough.
Nislek. Both teams 3 straight 3-and-outs. Sexton fields it inside the 20, sidesteps the first, but he cannot get past anyone. No score here in Seattle, but guess who is loving this right now? St. Louis at the watch party. They won a low-scoring game, and they're cheering for Vegas.
As we welcome you back to Seattle here with Vegas defensive coordinator Chris Dishman, and your defense has held this Seattle offense at bay. They are a high-flying squad, we know. How has your group done it?
Well, our guys are playing really hard. You know, they're communicating well with each other today. Our coaches have done a great job all week of getting them together. So, like I said, I'm just fortunate enough, and God has blessed me to be out here to make the plays, to call the plays. But these guys are playing hard. I just want to keep putting them in the right position so they can use their athletic ability.
Now, what will it take to get it done for 4 quarters?
Well, we'll see at the 4th quarter. What would it take?
Thanks, Coach.
Okay.
John?
And Stormy, that's been the magic question.
Right.
First half, Vegas has been great this season. Second half, different story. Love it. Bouncing it. And he gets a good gain on first down. As a reminder, with the win yesterday by St. Louis, Seattle needs to win today in order to be in the playoff scenario. Now, if they hit the magic number of 34 and keep Vegas below it, then they've clinched. If they do not, we go to a 5th tiebreaker scenario. That one gets a lot more complicated, and it could be either Seattle or St. Louis.
Correct. Seattle can win and not meet that 34 number threshold.
48. Neutral zone is fraction, 48 defense. Okay.
Offensively or defensively. But if they don't, and the score is something else.
Neutral zone infraction, defense, number 48, 5-yard penalty, results in a first down.
Then it moves to the 5th tiebreaker and becomes much more mathematically complicated. You see right there on the right side of your screen, and really good hard count there by Jalen McClendon at quarterback.
Under 8 minutes to play in this first half. Still no score here in Seattle.
33. Here you go. Set up. 180. Right side.
And off to Lovett. Lovett will cross the 35.
Hey, give me this. Hawk 48 plant. Hawk 48 plant. Hawk 48 plant.
Seattle's not one of those teams defensively that's going to give you a bunch of different stuff.
Hey, timber.
They're going to line up and they're going to play.
180.
McClendon over the middle. Incomplete. Brandon Dillon had it, but as soon as he got hit, that ball popped out. Quinterio Cole with the big hit.
Matt Cole does a nice job meeting the ball and the target at the same time. And this is a well-thrown ball by Jalen McClendon. Sticks it right on him. That's just good coverage and tight coverage. And again, we've seen that from both of these defenses have come to play here tonight.
McClendon so far today at quarterback, 1 for 7, 4 yards. 3rd and 8. Can't get away from the rush. He'll be sacked. Tazar Skipper.
Simulated pressure there at the point of attack, and just a really nice job there from Seattle. Austin Faalu, number 98, you see right there working off of that block inside. And there's nowhere to go with the football and nowhere to escape either. Good contain by Seattle on defense.
Another punt. Can McKnight make something happen here on this return? Dancing up the middle, and he'll be stopped shy of the 35, a 10-yard return. The XFL semifinals next weekend, Saturday, 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific on ESPN2. That's the South Division Championship. And then Sunday at 3 Eastern, noon Pacific on ESPN, we've got the North Division Championship. Both are on ESPN Deportes and ESPN Plus, so you can watch it anywhere. You like those onesies? You gonna get one of those on your way back home?
I love the onesies, especially with the hood. And you look at these Seattle fans. You look at St. Louis this week, DC all year long. The fans of the XFL, you talk about buying in. I mean, they have a blast.
1st and 10, sidearm. Josh Gordon went up and got that one.
You know, Seattle has not run the football one time since really the opening drive, right? So that's 10 straight now passes, and they haven't been able to push the ball downfield, but
860 on 2.
nothing to set up explosive plays because they won't run it.
And 2nd and short, they got an empty backfield.
Yep.
Set, go! Hut! Hut!
DiNucci over the middle. What a catch by Gordon. Ball comes out. It looked like Green jumped back on top of it for Seattle.
Give me red.
We got a fumble recovery by the offense, first down.
It's the yardage. Red 89, red 89.
Woo! It's just again, a 4-yard, 4-step slant route, and really good catch. We talked about the wide catch radius for Josh Gordon, but he's got to secure that football and bring it in. Very difficult catch to make over the middle of the field, and that ball's certainly out. Very fortunate. Very fortunate.
That was Keelan Kennedy poking it away. 1st and 10. Seattle completing. Philip Lindsay, he takes a shot. Tough way to get 4 yards. Excuse me, that is Jackson.
Yeah, we're good. I'm good.
Blake Jackson said, ain't no thing. We good.
No, no. Set, go! Hut! Hut!
2nd and 6. There's the ground game once again. TJ Hammonds. 3rd down.
Trips right. 81 X slant Hawaii.
Okay, no, stay down.
81 X slant Hawaii.
Dime, weak slug, dime, weak slug, dime, weak slug.
Let's go. Set, go!
Seattle 0 for 4 on 3rd downs today. DiNucci backing up. And he will pick up the 1st down with his legs. Ben DiNucci, aware of the coverage, saw the opening and picks up 8.
Really nice job by Ben DiNucci, just realizing he's going to have to evade. Once he does, there's a lot of green real estate in front of him. Get the 1st down, get out of bounds. Now you're in scoring position. This is where
hold on a second. Rod wants to challenge a holding on the edge. Right tackle? What are you challenging?
All right, you hear that?
Left tackle.
It's whoever was blocking our 23.
23. Whoever's blocking 23. What side was he on? What side was it? On our side.
They were looking for a hold on the left side.
Goodbye. Come on, man.
He's going to challenge. I'll make the announcement.
He's 23, right?
Vegas is challenging ruling on the field for potential holding call.
That's what he's looking at right there. All right, Jeff, we're looking at it. It's against his player number 23. Just want to make sure we're looking at the right place.
Correct. He's looking at player number 23 that was held.
Got it. So I've got good position. He's in front. 23 tries to get out. He lets him get out. I'm going to look at another shot to see if there's anything better. Yep, I'm going to my coach's end zone, which gives me the other look. Again, I just don't see any restriction. I'm going to go to my right 25.
That was like obvious.
Good hands. Not 23. Okay, after review, there's no foul for holding. I don't see any restriction. Number 23 was not held, so he's going to lose his timeout and he loses the challenge. Ruling on the field stance.
No.
Charge a timeout and is out of challenges for the remainder of the game.
Here, Dean Blandino, our VP of officiating, working through that good no call. Now you lose the timeout if you're Vegas because you've now used your challenge. And I agree with Dean there. There's just no restriction, no pulling of the jersey, no impediment.
Under 3 minutes here in this 1st half. On the ground, Charlie Taumapeu. Picks up 9. We haven't seen the ground game much, but when they do, it works.
I love it. Taumapeu, who's really an H-back tight end, jack of all trades type of player, running the inside zone and gaining 9.
Right,
June Jones
Cowboys.
getting creative.
Pistol,
Cowboys
hung,
on
trips
2.
right, Cowboys.
Cowboys.
It's been balanced this drive. 6 plays, they've used 3 rush, 3 pass. Hammond's now in the backfield on 2nd and 1. They give him the delayed handoff. Cuts, upended. And he's going to be marked right at that marker. Maurice Smith made the tackle for Vegas. And they're going to give him the first down.
2 minutes.
This is the 2-minute warning.
We have reached the 2-minute warning here in this first half.
Let's go.
We are scoreless in Seattle. The boats are docked. Unleash them. We want to get some scoring going here. There is one more spot up for grabs here in the north. Right now, St. Louis, they won yesterday. They're waiting for the decision of this game. Seattle needs to win first. And on the tiebreaker, if they do win, if they score at least 34 points, keep Vegas under that number, they will get in. If that doesn't happen, things get a whole lot more complicated. What's up, everybody? Welcome back inside the booth. Tom Lugamill, I'm John Triffin. Guys, we love the enthusiasm on Twitter, but we got you. We know what's going on with the tiebreaker. Relax a little bit. Relax. If the magic number of 34 doesn't happen, things get a little more complicated.
Sure.
Let's go through all the other scenarios that could happen. We're at tiebreaker scenario number 4. If the magic number 34 doesn't happen, we advance to tiebreaker number 5.
Correct, and we're fully aware that Seattle can win this game, not meet that 34 magic number parameter, whether it be points scored or holding Vegas under 34, and still qualify for the playoffs. It just goes to a much more complicated mathematical equation.
And that we will certainly get into if the game presents itself down the stretch in the fourth quarter. Right now, Seattle looking for the first points of the ball game. 2 minutes to play in this first half. Setting up the screen to Gordon. Can't spin away from defenders. A short gain on first down, picked up 2. C.J. Avery with the ankle tackle.
Okay, we got spread right, F mid, 881, X fade, Y over, F true, Z9. Y over F true Z9.
Z9 is going to be your go route.
Set, go! Hot! Hot!
2nd and 8, Danucci scanning. Now will step up, open field up the middle. Danucci, he's in there. Touchdown, Seattle. A 14-yard touchdown run by Ben Danucci, and the Sea Dragons strike first.
See Ben Danucci here. You got a simple 4-man rush, and he just splits the gap right there between the center and the guard. Sees the front door open, and take what the defense gives you. You're playing man cover. You got your back towards the quarterback if you're a Vegas defender. Ben Danucci knows it, and that's part of the read. He's got a progression here, here to here. Wait a minute. If I can run,
51 on 2.
That's my last progression.
51.
How about the offensive line opening up the hole for Danucci there?
Yeah.
Michael Mennett, Jared Thomas, those two guys,
Set, go!
left guard in the center.
Hot! Hot!
Seattle will go for 2. Fade, end zone, incomplete. Jordan Vesey couldn't come down with it.
We're gonna catch a fucking ball.
This is a really well thrown football. I mean, it's the only place the ball can go. And that's a ball in professional football you got to come down with. And I think Ben Danucci, you see the stat line right there. Only XFL player to lead the team in yards and pass yards. And there's been some good running quarterbacks. De'Aaron King, Jordan Ta'amu at DC. Jalen McClendon started to come into his own for Vegas running the ball. But this guy has created a ton of plays in a run and shoot style offense just by taking what the defense gives them when they're worried about dealing with this fleet of receivers. Seattle's got at their disposal.
Thanks, Wes. I know. We talked about it, yep.
So Seattle will take a 6-0 lead here. 1:16 to play here in this first half. Dominic Eberle will kick it away to the awaiting Sin-Q Sweeting. He will field it at the 11. Sweeting on the return, evades the first, gets past the 30 and out of bounds. Send it down to Harry.
I'm here with quarterback Ben Danucci on that drive. You utilized your legs, you picked up a 3rd down, you scored a touchdown. Also, you hit Josh Gordon a few times. Was it a much-needed touchdown drive?
I think so, yeah. I mean, we got to put some points up and find a way to win this game. So we're just worrying about what we can do. We win the game, let the rest take care of itself. So put drives together and score points.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, appreciate it.
All the players know what they have to do, right? I mean, that's the beauty of being the last game of the regular season. You know what you have to take care of.
180,
McClendon back on offense. Somehow squeezes that in there to Geronimo Allison. How did he complete that one?
That was tight. You're seeing these Seattle defenders squat on routes. They're just reading the eyes of the quarterback. Quick drop. They're planting and driving forward. And, very fortunate right there.
Thompson almost had a pick 6 there.
180, what's that?
2nd and 4. Deep throw, incomplete. Looking for Allison again. Chris Jones was with him step for step.
See the arm strength there. He can really drive the football.
This is what they're playing for. Arlington and Houston, that game is already set for Saturday, 7 Eastern on ESPN2. DC is awaiting the winner. Will it be Seattle or will it be St. Louis?
Here we go. Hey, let's go. Tonight, 180, what's that?
3rd and 4, 35 seconds to play in the half. McClendon taking off with his feet. Does not get there. Picks up 2. It'll bring up 4th down. Nico Lalos out of Dartmouth. That's right, the Ivy Leaguer with the stop.
25 seconds. Timeout, Seattle. Clock's at 25.
Second charge timeout. Seattle. 30 seconds in length. Please reset the game clock to 25 seconds.
I spoke to Nico before the game. Being a Dartmouth alum, I had to show him some love. He said, coming from a small school, I love having an opportunity like this. He played with the Giants. at a part-time at a few games with the Giants, but he said this is an opportunity. I get 60 snaps a game to continue to work, keep my dream alive, work on my craft. He goes, this has been incredible.
60 snaps a game of live professional football to be evaluated. You're not going to get that in 10 snaps over 4 NFL preseason games, right? And it's just the perfect storm for future opportunities based off of on-field production. And that's what this is all about. It's on-field tape.
And what the XFL does is that it shows you can go any path you want. There's not one path to get to the NFL. Arizosa with the punt. McKnight will let it bounce in front of him, and it'll go out of bounds. 15 seconds to play in this half. Seattle, they do have one timeout to work with.
Hey, hey! Hey, that ball goes to 30. Can you throw a flag?
It's not a flag, but they're in our ear. We're
How come you don't throw a flag?
No, that's on the kickoff.
Was out of bounds. Ball
Kickoff
at the 35-yard line. First down.
15 seconds.
So 15 seconds. Seattle with the ball on their own 35.
Jim Haslett wanting that kickoff rule to apply to the punt game.
It only applies when it goes into the end zone on the punt.
Set go!
First and 10 with one timeout. Seattle. And DiNucci hit as he threw it. That was Roberts applying the pressure. Nine seconds to play in this half.
Big Ben, Z stop. Pick the Z stop and get out of bounds.
Set go! Hut!
Second and 10. DiNucci to the sideline, completes it. Out of bounds is Vesey. 2 seconds to play in the half. Picked up 22.
Watch Ben DiNucci. I was calling him a riverboat gambler. I just love the way he releases the ball. Fling! Right out there to the sideline.
Please reset the game clock to 3 seconds.
And puts them in a position to get a ball into the end zone here. They're actually going to go ahead and attempt a field goal.
That was actually the longest play of the game so far today. 22-yard pickup.
Second charge timeout. Vegas. 30 seconds.
So Vegas will call a timeout as Dominic Eberle, the kicker for Seattle, will come on and try to add 3 more points before the half.
He's going to have an absolute missile tied to his foot. Has made the 54-yarder there. Jim Haslett obviously believes in it.
XFL long this season is 59. This would set a new season long. This is a 61-yard attempt. Does Dominic Eberle have enough leg? Puts a foot into it on the way. And it is no good. So Seattle needing a win to get into the playoffs. They lead at 6-0 at the half.
Sorry, Chris. Yep.
So a low-scoring game, the over 47.5. We may not even come anywhere near that thing right now. Watch party going on right now. St. Louis is definitely happy about it because with all of the playoff tiebreaker scenarios in play, they know Seattle has to win. Seattle has to win in order for them to get in, but they've got to start putting up some points in order to separate them from St. Louis to get that final spot.
Yeah, when the math's all said and done, there's no doubt that the second half's going to be critical here for Seattle when it comes to points. As we were taking a look at the live look in of the watch party there in St. Louis with a nervous grin on the face of head coach Anthony Beck.
Well, the important thing for Seattle to know is that coming out of the locker room, they will get the ball first in the second half. What did you learn from that last drive there from Seattle, getting in the end zone for DiNucci before they attempted that long field goal?
Well, obviously they were able to actually have some red zone efficiency. That's critical. We've seen Seattle drive the ball up and down the field throughout the evening tonight. Their inability to run the football, I think, has put a little pressure on the quarterback and Ben DiNucci. We've seen him take some shots. All right, if they can get some run game going, I think that's going to open up some downfield throws for this Seattle offense in the second half. Their tight ends got their longest run of the day, 2 rushes in the first half. That rush was for 9 yards. Get a little more balance, then things I think will really open up in the passing game on the outside.
All right, let's take a look at the Progressive first half stats. And Tom, let me know, what stands out for you right now?
Well, neither team's been very efficient there on third down, but most importantly, neither team's turned the ball over. And that's really critical for Seattle, because that was a huge issue for them in the first few weeks of the season. Now, they've still been prone to turnovers, but they've played much better football, and they've lessened those errors, and they're continuing that trend here. But you look at Vegas, 0 pass yards in the first half. Got to try and see if they can get something going there in the pass game. This is going to be a very, very interesting second half, because we're now at the point, unless there's just this massive explosion, we're at the point where Seattle's just going to have to be happy potentially getting a win. Whatever that score is, and whatever tiebreaker that you have to get to, win the game and then let everything else figure it out.
We heard from Ben DiNucci earlier. They're aware. They know they need to put up some points in order to pass St. Louis on the tiebreaker. Seattle wins. They were 7-3 with St. Louis. There's a way for Seattle to have to deal with complicated math. The way to do that, put at least 4 points and to keep Vegas from getting to 30 points.
Sure.
If that does not happen, things get a lot more messy. Look at their path becomes a lot easier to get the playoffs. Seattle does not have points here today.
Yeah, you see the tiebreaker, it starts to include teams, and other scenarios involve all teams. Certainly Seattle would love to come away with a win and not have all of those scenarios in play. So they're going to need some more plays like this from Ben DiNucci in the second half. Seattle getting the ball coming out of the locker room.
It is a cool 52 degrees here in Seattle. Football weather. The Sea Dragons with a 6-0 lead at the half. Let's check in with Harry Douglas with Josh Gordon inside the Seattle locker room.
I'm here with wide receiver Josh Gordon. Josh, 6 catches, 57 yards in the first half, but you guys offensively haven't really caught that rhythm. What do you guys need to do better in the second half?
Better job execution. I think we got to key in, attention to details, the rest of the second half. We missed a few plays on offense. I think, a few third down conversions. And we got to get, most importantly, we got to get in the end zone. So we're going to keep on pushing away at this thing and see what happens in the second half, but try to get the thing done.
Is there anything the Vegas defense is doing that's kind of confusing you guys?
No, not at all. It's really us. We're shooting ourselves in the foot right now. We're playing our game. There's nothing they're doing to stop us. I don't think there's nothing they can do to stop us, honestly. But, when the Sea Dragons, we show up to play our game, there's nobody in this league that can mess with us, man. So hopefully the second half we come out here and turn it up and put the pressure on them.
Thanks, Josh.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Here with Vegas coach Rod Woodson in the locker room. What was your message to the group just now? Just a 6-point game when you come back out there.
Look, we don't know what God has in store for us, for next year. I just want the guys to go out there and play with all their passion, effort, and energy. If they do that, I think we'll win the game. We played good football, kind of started out slow. Maybe that's a good sign because normally we start out fast and we'll finish strong.
I know one of your keys coming into this game was with Jalen McClendon, making sure that he was making the right reads. A little bit of a slow start for him specifically. What do you need to see from your quarterback coming back out?
Well, just got to make the right reads. We got to make sure everybody's getting the calls. A couple of times, a couple of players didn't get the right call. If we play on par to where we should play, we'll be fine in the second half.
Thanks for the time, Coach.
Thank you.
All right, Stormy, appreciate that. You know what we also appreciate from Stormy? Winning people more money. It is a 6-0 lead at the half. Stormy said Vegas plus 6.5 in that first half. Stormy, you won some people with that hook.
Shoot, they trying to score points, I'm trying to score the same amount. One more than them. I'm trying to score.
That's a great job taking that guy all the way back.
When you going out, cutting out to be in the nickel or be in the corner, make sure you can see him, right? If he's especially the single receiver side, so you can go there and you can basketball him or make sure you undercut him, right? It's the same thing if you're already out there at corner.
Let's go. We need a touchdown. Let's go, guys. Let's go.
We all going home, baby. We all going home.
You saw DiNucci there with the only score in that first half for Seattle. With this low-scoring game, that means might not hit that magic number of 34. We will tell you how to get to the 5th tiebreaker scenario after this kick. Sam Sloman kicking off. Kelvin McKnight. Oh, he is body slammed to the turf. So if this score holds, with Seattle winning 6-0, we go to a 5th tiebreaker scenario for the final playoff spot. You combine the ranks of all the teams in the XFL, and if this score holds, that means Seattle would move on to the playoffs.
Yeah, certainly would. You see that number to the far right there. And then again, it's the lowest ranking wins the tiebreaker. So if you're on to the 5th tiebreaker now, and we assume that magic number of 34 is not met here tonight, we'll be going back to that plenty.
1st and 10 for Seattle. That's Philip Lindsay, a former Bronco. And I spoke to Lindsay before the game, and I asked him about this. He said he got the call 3 weeks ago. And he said he's been training. He's been working for this. And he said, why not? Of course I wanted to play in the XFL. He goes, that's the best way to get into game shape. I want to prove to everybody I'm healthy. I'm still explosive. I want another shot at the NFL.
Well, and there's no doubt he's explosive. When he gets the ball in space, he can make people miss. He's a natural jump cut type of back. And again, another opportunity. It's better than sitting on your sofa, right?
2nd and 12. Setting up the screen. That's Ja'Cour Pearson. And Pearson will be thrown out of bounds after picking up 3. C.J. Avery was there.
Kathy.
Trips right up. Trips right up. Kansas special. Cube.
860 on 2.
Kansas special cube. You're not going to get the first down on the backside, but you may get it at 4.
Set go!
June Jones telling Ben DiNucci he's probably going to get it to the top of your screen. That's the front side. He's looking backside.
3-man rush on 3rd and 9. DiNucci all kinds of time. Who's open? DiNucci directing traffic. Found his guy. How long did that play develop? Blake Jackson eventually there for the first down. A gain of 16.
Like you're out with your boys and you're 9 years old and you line it up in the streets, man. Hey, you go down here and you go that way and you run to the fire hydrant. I love this type of football. This is that riverboat gambling mentality I was referencing with Ben DiNucci. Now, it can lead to some risky plays and some risky throws, and we've seen that with turnovers throughout the season. But then you're going to get those spectacular plays. He just finds ways to keep the play alive.
Now, remember what happened yesterday?
880, 880. Just what I do. Just what I do.
Oh, he got that MJ shrug going.
Uh-oh.
880, let's go. Play.
So what I was about to say, St. Louis, they scored 28 points in the second half to get the win yesterday.
Yep.
So, you know, when teams are back against the wall, they know they got to put up points. Let's see what Seattle can do today. If they could do that, that would get to their magic number of 34. DiNucci fakes right. He's going to air it out down the middle. Incomplete. Ja'Cour Pearson had a chance. That was C.J. Avery in coverage again.
And this ball's just slightly underthrown. Ja'Cour Pearson had about a yard and a half on Avery. He's behind him. He's even and leaving. And this ball's just underthrown. See if this... That's close again. When you slow it down, it's one thing. When it's real speed, it's another.
Set go.
After the incompletion, 2nd and 10. Incomplete again. Pearson had the D all over his back. That was Deontay Anderson.
Tell you what, I like the fight in this Vegas defense now. They are covering down. There are very few big windows to throw the football into. And again, we're seeing that in slow motion. I think, you know, a bang play, that's a good no call, 2 plays in a row.
Vegas also has a bunch of different new players in this secondary since both these teams played back in week 3. 3rd and 10. DiNucci got a guy over the middle. That's Jawan Green sneaking free. It's a first down for the Sea Dragons, a gain of 30.
This is all verticals, and you're just going to see the inside seam. He's going to bend it. Going to bend it in off of the hash mark right there. That ball's thrown at about 22 yards, so it can get over the linebacker level, but in front of the safety. Great hole shot there from Ben DiNucci.
That was the longest play today as Vegas calls timeout.
Charge timeout. Vegas. 30 seconds in length.
Seattle knows they got to get it going, up 6-0 here in the 3rd.
Of success, listening to what your heart says.
The NFL Draft begins Thursday on ESPN and ABC.
Welcome back to Seattle. John Schriffen, Tom Luganville, Harry Douglas, Stormy Buonantony. Tom, you've covered these guys in the NFL Draft since they were teenagers.
Yeah.
Who are you loving right now?
Will Anderson. I think that he's one of those guys that could be the face of a franchise for 10, 11, 12 years. And I think so much of the NFL Draft is, you know, identifying red flags or eliminating red flags, you know, checking boxes, the homework and the pre-draft process, aside from everything you see on tape or at a pro day or at a combine, is you're weighing risk here, right? And so guys like Bryce Young, guys like Will Anderson, man, they're checking a lot of boxes for success.
1st and 10 for Seattle. DiNucci fakes left. Trying to trick the D. Got him! Jakor Pearson, a 33-yard touchdown strike. Namaste.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
You go back to the exact same route that Ben DiNucci underthrew on the deep seam route over the middle of the field, and this time he drops it right in the bucket. He knew he missed the first one. Excellent job tracking the over-the-shoulder ball there from Jakor Pearson, who had gone into the locker room with a wrist injury, coming back, making plays.
They go for two, and Gordon holds on to it. The two-point conversion is good. He beat Keelan Kennedy in coverage in Seattle. They go up 14-0.
Anthony Beck,
Hey, what a response. Let's go.
head coach at St. Louis,
Keep this shit going.
nervous with what he's seeing, and not just because of more points going on the board for Seattle, but with the fifth tiebreaker scenario. And we saw that the points allowed, Seattle's #1 in the league. So now this is as much about scoring for Seattle. It's actually more about playing great defense and shutting out Vegas. Because if you shut out Vegas, you win that category and you likely have the tiebreaker.
Big touchdown drive from Seattle, taking a 14-0 lead. Eberle kicks it away to Sweeting. Fields from the 9. Send it down to Harry.
I'm here with Mr. Touchdown Maker himself, Jakor Pearson. Same play, same coverage. This time you guys connect. Did your eyes get wide open when you were one-on-one with the linebacker?
Yeah, I already knew before the play. I told him just throw it out there. This time we're going to score. And that's what happened. We're trying to get to the playoff. You feel me? Sea Dragons, we up.
Appreciate that, bro.
Let's go.
It's the time you called it. With the score as it stands right now, Seattle's up 14-0. If they can keep Vegas off the board, Seattle will advance in the playoffs over St. Louis.
Yeah, this is rapidly becoming more about what Seattle can do on defense. And so far, with the shutouts so far, it's not going to necessarily matter, even though Seattle seems to be getting on pace. That number of 34 points scored may not come into play.
McClendon hands it off to Brian Burt. Man, he got pushed back as soon as he touched the rock. A loss of 4. Sharif Miller, Trey Walker within there for the double team.
So we've talked about tiebreaker 4, and let's bring up this graphic again here with our playoff scenarios. This right here is what we're talking about. If the lowest ranking wins, and this is what Anthony Beck and his staff are concerned about, because if you end up shutting out this Vegas offense, it's not going to matter.
2nd and 14. McClendon over the middle. He's got a man wide open. Travis Kuntz, the tight end, rumbles into Seattle territory. A monster pickup, 45 yards.
Hey, truth love.
Jalen McClendon here just gets back, gets set, ball comes out. I'm telling you, he's got some physical attributes that are really, really impressive. I know he's young, he's still growing, but you can see the dynamic playmaking ability with his arm and legs.
McClendon keeps it, throwing it deep, end zone, and he missed. N.Q. Sweeting. He had a step on the defender. That was Antonio Brooks in coverage.
And I think that's what Rod Whitson will tell you, what Coach Sherman, the offensive coordinator, will tell you, is the consistent accuracy.
Choose that 24.
Is the next in the evolution of Jalen McClendon's progress. Play in and play out. being consistently accurate. The arm talent's there, the athleticism's there. He just needs to play.
Before that monster play of 45 yards, Las Vegas had 32 total yards of offense. 2nd and 10, and it is dropped. Jeff Badet.
Jeff Badet's been so reliable throughout the season for this offense. All of their wideouts that have come into play, particularly in the slot, have been really good.
Even left, 65 for A option.
Hey, even left, 65 for A, 65 for A option.
5 for A option.
Hey, 60, 60. Here we go. Set. 180. What's that?
3rd and 10. Here comes the blitz. McClendon had to get rid of it. Was not on the page with Matthew Sexton.
Now, I'm not sure if Jalen McClendon thought that Sexton was going to pull up, if that was supposed to be a curl and maybe an outbreaking route to the sideline, but clearly not on the same page.
This would be a 53-yard field goal from Sam Sloman. Clean snap, kick is up. And Vegas has scored. They put 3 on the board here in the 3rd quarter, a 53-yard field goal.
Oh, man.
Hammered it.
Fucking stupid. Let's go, D, let's go. Come on now, let's go.
It was that 45-yard trunk play to Travis Kuntz that set up the field goal.
Hey.
And Vegas, now a little momentum. The offense starting to believe in themselves.
Yep, moved the ball, got past the 50-yard line, got an explosive play to Kuntz down the seam. Now they got to get a stop here. They got to slow down this Seattle momentum offensively, because right now the Sea Dragons, they've got some confidence and they've got some swag offensively.
Oh, Sam Sloman tying his season-long 53-yard field goal. Sloman will walk off the steps, get set to kick this one away to Kelvin McKnight. 14-3, Seattle leads here in this 3rd quarter. McKnight fields from the 11. Both teams release. McKnight setting up something, gets past the 35 and eventually brought down.
Keep making good decisions. You're doing a hell of a job. Keep it up, all right? Let's go down and score this time.
And here's the decision making he's talking about from DiNucci.
Yeah, get another shot at that downfield ball over the middle of the field that he had missed previously.
Don't get 590. Tuesday.
Here's DiNucci back on the field for Seattle after throwing that touchdown bomb the last drive. 1st down, sidearm, slinging it out of bounds, incomplete. BC was the intended target.
And again, that's a throw that Ben DiNucci routinely makes. And he knew it too at the end of the throw. He missed one.
Here we go, Cowboys on Monday, ready. Cowboys, bring it to you, I'll bring it to you. Monday.
Starting to hear some of the NFL teams, Denver, Cowboys, big staple of this offense's run game.
Tell both sidelines, 7-2 is correct. The clocks on the sideboards are not working properly.
Pistol.
If he moves it down, we'll get to it. But the clock up on top, 7:42 is good.
Tell Ben he's got 16 on the play clock, please.
You want to change the play clock up 25? Are you good? Okay.
Yes, sir. Yep, what's wrong? Tuesday. Set, go! Hut!
Delayed handoff is to Hammonds. Hammonds is thrown back. LaRon Stokes. 3-2.
Been tough sledding in the run game for Seattle, and
Gold, 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 gold.
allowed Vegas to pin their ears back and get after the quarterback.
Prop.
881, ready.
Divide. Get a wide split, Josh. Force the outside release. You may be able to work it over here too.
Go.
Just get an outside release, Josh.
Seattle started 0 for 4 on third down, since 3 for 3. Get off me! John Green making dudes all over the place. First down, Seattle.
That's why you heard June Jones tell Josh Gordon, get the outside release, because if he hadn't, the corner would have been waiting right there for that throw. Instead, he has to turn and come back to it. Ben DiNucci has just an inch or two to sneak that ball in there.
Keelan Kennedy was the guy who had a chance to bring him down short of the first down. DiNucci. On Blake Jackson. Seems like this offense for Seattle has a different energy in the second half.
Yeah, I think they need to get that one explosive play to kind of blow things open, right? Get the confidence.
Up, 861 Jamaica.
Jump. Hey, Monday.
And we've seen it in DiNucci's body language, right? We saw him after he made the big throw to the sideline. He's moving all around. You know, just a pep in their step right now.
Setting up the screen to Josh Gordon. Tripped up at the 40. Fell forward, a gain of 4.
You all right? Literally, we don't have it.
I really sensed that Ben DiNucci MJ shrug. You can tell he was starting to feel it, and this offense has followed after him.
Yeah, they're feeding off of his energy, his confidence.
Set go!
Third and short. DiNucci thought about it, backs up. Breaking free is Green! Touchdown, Seattle! A 37-yard strike. Just dancing on him in the end zone. Jawan Green showing up.
See Ben DiNucci here, and he's going to just subtly slide to his left, keep his eyes downfield. Number 4 Green's in the slot right there. He's initially running a crossing route. Now he gets caught in the wash, and what he knows is if the quarterback is on the move, if he's short, he's got to go deep. The deep receiver would come back. So good communication there in terms of the principles of what happens when the play breaks down. And we talked about Ben DiNucci's confidence. It's at an all-time high right now.
Seattle will elect to go for 2 from the 5-yard line.
Set go!
DiNucci looking to throw, incomplete. VC had it and dropped it. But Seattle, they get 6 more with the touchdown.
Just making plays, finding a way to keep the play alive, dropping it in the bucket to Green. You think that's the personality of this football team?
DiNucci looking Gucci out there.
Do the DiNucci.
We are here live with quarterback Ben DiNucci. 37-yard touchdown pass, scramble drill. Talk me through it.
That's when I'm having my most fun, out of the pocket, making something happen. Like you're in the backyard playing ball again with the boys.
You're damn right about that, because you hit some dance moves, my man. What about those dance moves? Do you think you're a dancer? Dancing with the Stars? Talk to me.
I'll stick to football, but if Dancing with the Stars needs me for next season, I'll see if I can move some stuff around. And I don't know what that was called. That's called throw a touchdown and see what your body does to a dance move. So
say less. Right, you're waiting for the call now, right?
Yes, sir. Appreciate it.
All right.
DiNucci is available. Dancing with the Stars. Sign him up.
That's
Come
got
on
a
now.
Saturday Night Fever feel to it, man.
These guys are just having fun out here.
A lot to play for, man. And when things are going well, you're playing at home. Got a pretty raucous crowd here throughout the lower bowl, providing their support.
Eberle with the kickoff. Sweeting can't get to that left side. Yes, he does, but we do have a penalty flag as he just runs over Eberle, the kicker. See what the penalty is.
Personal foul, face mask on number 30 of the receiving team.
Of the receiving team? 30?
30 white.
30 yes. White of the receiving team, so that face spot's mask. Good. So we'll go half the distance from here, 30. Personal foul, face mask from the spot here against the receiving team. Half the distance to go. Personal foul, face mask. Receiving team, number 30. Penalty is half the distance to the goal. First down, Vegas.
So that will negate the return. XFL semifinals next weekend. Saturday, 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific on ESPN2. And Sunday, 3 Eastern, noon Pacific on ESPN. Both are on ESPN Deportes, ESPN Plus. You can watch it anywhere. Seattle starting to feel a little better about their playoff chances right now. If they win, they are tied with St. Louis for the same record, 7-3. But if they keep Vegas from scoring any more, they would have the tiebreaker advantage. Pass is incomplete to the tight end, Brandon Dillon.
It's just a throw you got to make right there if you're Jalen McClendon, and he will. He's just going to get better. He's going to become more comfortable. The physical attributes are there, and if you're Vegas,
hey, 29,
and you're looking to the future, and you're looking to the off season, if you feel as strongly about McClendon as Rod Woodson says they do, you got to build everything around his skill set.
On 2nd and 10, and handed off to Shy McKenzie. McKenzie, the third back in there used by Vegas. He gets 3. That was Nico Lalos with the stop. The live line is now up to 18 and a half.
What do you think, Stormy? You like it? What do you think, Stormy? You like that?
I don't hate it, but I also couldn't do it. And you know, I say this all the time, guys. Sometimes no bet is the best bet. Just because there are lines out there doesn't mean you have to jump in.
If you don't bet, you don't lose.
Exactly.
Penalty flag.
6. False start, 56. False start. Offense, number 56. 5-yard penalty. 3rd down.
As Larry Williams, his second false start of the game. Tom, it's getting loud here at Lumen Field, and you can tell the offensive line having trouble hearing.
They are. They're having some difficulty with communication. Now they're backed up, so you got some noise behind you. A young, inexperienced quarterback trying to work through some of that.
No. Here we go.
3rd and 12. McClendon will take off. Seattle all game. They have been watching Jalen McClendon, not letting him any room to run up the middle. Trey Walker. Tisdale was there as well.
We gave them everything. Come on, we gave them everything they got. Let's go.
The 5th 3-and-out for Vegas today as Carrizosa comes on to punt again.
There's just nowhere to go in the vertical passing game right now for Vegas, so they can't get any chunk plays, which is allowing Seattle to just sit back and play the ball in front of them.
Knight will call for a fair catch at the 40. The NFL Draft begins in just 4 days, and we will have every pick once again on ESPN, along with our usual expert analysis. It's also available on NFL Network. Don't forget, ABC's coverage focuses on the prospect's journey to the draft. All 3 days are also live on the ESPN Deportes, ESPN Radio, and the ESPN app. Seattle gets the ball back with a 17-point lead. 2:34 to play here in this third quarter. And this is the best starting field position for either team today, their own 40. DiNucci just carving up the defense now. Josh Gordon sitting in that zone.
Just isolating big Josh Gordon, that big body on the corner route, and he's just so explosive and such a mismatch that if you're Ben DiNucci, well, that was an easy one because he's wide open, but you don't have to be perfect all the time. Talked about those other NFL teams. Dallas expect a run here out of the June Jones system.
First and 10, delayed handoff. Hammonds just tripped up, falls past inside the 45, down to the 44.
Do you hear Ben DiNucci there? Oh, because he knew it was a shoelace away from maybe breaking wide open down the middle of the field. I love hearing Ben DiNucci's reactions during and after plays.
Okay, 590 on 2.
Is that a setup play? It feels like something big's about to happen.
Yeah, it may be. Again, they've tried to make some more attempts to run the ball to tighten up the box there, maybe get some one-on-ones downfield.
2nd and 9. DiNucci, crossing route. Ooh, what a tackle. Kennedy with the hit, upended Pearson. Woo.
Got that zone squat defender waiting in the boundary there. Ben DiNucci throws it behind Pearson, which is in that position's a smart move to keep him away from coverage. Doesn't prevent the smack.
81 on 2, ready.
Seattle had been picking on Keelan Kennedy for a while, and he let out some frustration there.
Let's go. Monday, Monday. Monday, Monday. Monday, Monday. Let's go.
3rd and 3. DiNucci backs up, fires on the target. Another first down for Seattle to Blake Jackson, picked up 13.
Seattle just having their way right here. As you see Blake Jackson, number 2 receiver in the trip set. He's going to sit and then he's going to work inside, because in these run and shoot concepts, they're navigating coverage as the play develops. They're being coached to find and locate the open voids in coverage. Ben DiNucci just leads the way with the throw.
Final seconds here in this third quarter.
Set go!
DiNucci looking end zone. Incomplete. Josh Gordon, and we've got plenty of penalty flags. They are just picking on Kennedy today.
Number 6 DPI in the end zone. Yep.
Otherwise, pass interference. Defense, number 6. The penalty occurred in the end zone. The ball be placed at the 1-yard line. First goal.
Pass interference, and that's all you can do to guard Josh Gordon. It ends up being a 25-yard penalty.
That's
that
the
is
end of the third quarter.
At the end of 3, Seattle with a 20-3 lead. The St. Louis watch party, they are cheering on Vegas. They need the Vipers to put up some points.
Welcome back to the Progressive Game Flow here. Taking a look at some of the empty sets. No back, 5 wide. You see him try to pump the tunnel screen to the left. Throw it at Pearson down the middle of the field. Here's the footwork and the athleticism. No backs once again. Finding a way, buying some time, falling back, dropping it into Juwan Green. Now when you go no backs, you go 5 wides. And what we call empty, obviously it's going to pretty clearly decipher coverage. It's going to give you some pre-snap notifications. Quarterback run game can be helpful if you got the quarterback draw. Even if you don't have an athletic quarterback, the disadvantages, you're going to be void in protection at times. You got to be aware of where you're vulnerable in your protection perspective, and no run game unless you motion back into it.
And off to Philip Lindsay. Cannot get to that corner. He will lose at least a yard or two. Brings up 2nd and goal. Back to that empty.
Yep.
Why wouldn't that favor the defense if the defense knows you're going to throw it?
Well, if they know you're going to throw it and they're going to come after you, because you're spread out so wide, they're going to have to show their hand prior to the snap of the ball. So it's going to give quarterbacks an indicator of if they're going to get pressured. When I mean pressure, you got five protectors in empty. So if they bring 1 more than you can block, let's just say they bring 6, they're going to have to show their hand on where that 6th guy is coming from. So it does simplify from a quarterback's perspective where to go with the football, where he's vulnerable, and then you're likely to get a lot of one-on-one situations.
Opposite right, wide off.
Do you need more open field, or can you do it in a close goal line situation like we are here on 2nd and goal?
I think if you get into no backs in this type of scenario, the quarterback draw is always in play, right? Because you spread everybody thin, and then you don't have really anybody right around the goal line to defend.
So we're ready to play again on 2nd and goal here in this 4th quarter.
To go!
DiNucci, quick pass. Did he get a foot in? Touchdown! Jordan Vasey! What a grab!
That's the way to make a play. That's the way to make a play.
Seattle in this 2nd half. 3 drives, 3 touchdowns.
This is a great makeup play for Jordan Vesey, who had dropped 2 plays, including an extra point conversion. Extends, tracks the ball, elevates, but drags that foot. It looks right before his upper body hits that pylon and out of bounds. Wait for him to come back, make a play.
Flip 51 on 2. JG, Josh.
Seattle electing to go for 2.
To go.
DiNucci looking to throw again over the middle. He's got his man again. Blake Jackson, 2-point conversion is good. And Seattle is getting closer to that magic number of 34.
Ben DiNucci just doing a really good job working the trips play side right here and throwing it right in the window. Trying to play zone, and I think that's one of the things that is so popular and been so productive with the run and shoot offense is all of the movement after the snap, finding open voids. If you're running and you're covered, get uncovered.
Straight diamond.
First half to the 2nd half, what a jump. Seattle's put up 22 points in the 2nd half. St. Louis yesterday put up 28 points. Both of those teams knew they got to put up points in order to make the playoffs. Seattle, 6 points away from the magic number of 34
Look at me.
to clinch the final playoff spot in the XFL. They can feel it here in Seattle.
A lot of energy here in Seattle right now, and the enthusiasm and confidence. Big momentum on the side of the orange.
Sweeting will cross the 25 and will be stopped. The 9-part docuseries, Player 54, continues with an all-access look at XFL players and coaches. Episode 7 It premieres Wednesday at 3:30 Eastern, 12:30 Pacific on ESPN2. All episodes are available on ESPN+. What was said in the locker room for Seattle at half? This is a completely different team.
Completely different team offensively, but you got to credit Ron Zook's group. Defensive coordinator for Jim Haslett and this defensive group. As this game has unfolded, it started to become very, very clear that regardless of the playoff scenarios, the defensive performance was going to probably earn them the 5th tiebreaker.
McClendon with time will find his outlet. And a good run after the catch. Cam Sutton, the tight end, showing the wheels, picked up 17.
Flex left, Ace left play. Ace
Live
play.
line, wait a minute. It is up to 25.5 for Seattle.
Ace left play,
Yikes.
51 dollars. You got the choice. Yeah, no. Hey, on next. Tonight. 180, what's up?
Empty backfield, McClendon pressured, steps back away from it. We have a flag down the field as McClendon will get out of bounds.
Holding 9 defense.
Tack on.
Holding defense, number 9. 5-yard penalty be added to the end of the run. First down.
That's Clarence Hicks for Seattle, charged with the penalty.
Good looking, good show. Show odd 43 buzz. Show odd 43 buzz. Show odd 43 buzz.
350.
Yes, right here.
So they start the clock again as they have the chain set.
Hey, Wonder.
What an atmosphere here at Lumen Field. 1st and 10, McClendon.
All right, here we go. Let's go. Ace right, 60,
give me
wide
vodka.
shallow,
Vodka.
A-check. Ace right, 60,
Ho, ho.
wide shallow, A-check.
60. No.
Ace right, 60, wide shallow, A-check.
Hey, no.
Vodka.
That's got to be a hell of a play call.
Are they talking about a celebration drink already?
Playoff defensive call?
We still got plenty of time left here in the 4th. Here comes the blitz. Who's got it? It's picked off! Seattle comes away with the interception. Quinterio Cole.
Pointing on the field as an interception by the defense. First down, Seattle.
That is the first turnover for either team. Vodka, it worked.
What a great play, just undercutting this route. And then having the strength to pull it away. Looked like some wrestling tactics at the bottom of that one. Seattle humming now on both sides of the ball, looking for that elusive 34th point.
Get paid. Playmakers make big time plays.
What a weekend for sports fans here in Seattle. It has been fun. Just yesterday, take a look at this. NWSL, the women's team, they won 5-2. MLS, the Sounders, they won 1-0. The Mariners playing a little baseball across the street. They won 5-4. The Kraken couldn't get it done in the playoff game. But all of this is really going on in a downtown small area. It is awesome. And right here in Lumen Field, 15,046 fans in attendance here with everything on the line. XFL fans, thank you for what you have done, making this league a success, coming back. We've had over 575,000 fans attend games over 10 weeks here in the XFL. Fans, we love you. This has been awesome. Thank you.
Look at the commitment.
Let go! Hard! Hard!
Seattle with the ball back. Charlie Tamalpayao, 13-yard pickup.
You know, when you talk about the XFL fans, as we see Tamalpayao here, again, the tight end doubling as a running back for Seattle, but it's not just a fan attending a sporting event. Like, it's a full-blown, like, it's dressing up in costumes. You know, you've got your Sea Dragon Snuggies there. I mean, it's an event, man. It's not just sitting around and watching a game for 4 quarters.
Handoff is to TJ Hammond. And I think, to your point, it's embracing everything that the XFL stands for. The players have a dream to move on, maybe get to the XFL. These fans, they love that we're here in the spring.
It's engagement.
And we've got football.
Yep.
Think about where we've been this season. The Beer Snake in D.C.
Oh.
Caw in St. Louis.
The Battlenecks, that's right.
I mean, it is awesome. They packed the dome.
I mean, they're
here in St. Louis.
And they're developing their own Instagram pages for their fan support. I love it.
2nd and 11. Danucci over the middle, wide open. Can't haul it in, Jakor Pearson. And what's cool about that, every stadium, every team has their own unique fan base who is taking it to a next level.
Ben DiNucci, did you see him jump and hop right as the ball left his hand? Because he knew it was going to be behind him, and he did not give Pearson a chance to catch that ball. And it's kind of what I like about Ben DiNucci is there's accountability with every throw. Like when he misses, he knows it, and it's on him.
Monday.
Look at these guys.
This is great. 3rd and 11. DiNucci scrambling again, just throws it up. Josh Gordon again. How about it? A 39-yard pickup, and it is a party here in Seattle.
Harry, my man, I got to bring you in here, man. I just illustrate how critical sideline awareness is when you are targeting the deep ball.
We'll get Harry in a second. Seattle continuing to drive, getting close to that magic number. DiNucci will get safely out of bounds and pick up yards on 1st down. Anderson was the closest guy there on D.
Yeah, Tom, this is a great job by Josh Gordon. We call it awareness. If you didn't have it in the meeting rooms when I played football, you got fined for it. One thing Josh Gordon definitely has, an all-pro, led the NFL in receiving yards, a Super Bowl champion, is sideline awareness.
Man, was that pretty. Put him on Dancing with the Stars with that footwork. 2nd and 4. DiNucci scanning, picked off in the end zone. Marwin Evans with the interception and denies Seattle a chance at that magic number.
For now.
Hey, why you take a knee? Bitch, we on the 1-yard line.
What happened with DiNucci here?
Number one, he came back to the middle of the field late, and a big no-no at the quarterback position. Don't throw the ball late to the out or the sideline or the middle of the field. You're going to get undercut by the defender, and he knows it. He knows he forced it. It's a risky throw. Sometimes your confidence is at an all-time high and you're hitting everything you throw at.
The big knock on DiNucci this season, the interceptions. Throws one there in the end zone. McKenzie. Now, if you're Vegas, you love the interception, but I heard some guys saying, why not just take a knee in the end zone there?
Yeah, I mean, well, that's where things have been difficult for Vegas. You know, those types of situations, knowing the right call to make, certainly got to be frustrating for Rod Woodson.
Second and 7, back to the ground. McKenzie. He will push forward. Stopped at the 10.
Okay, give me Hawk.
11. Troy left down.
Sub.
224 range. Troy left down, 224 range.
Over 7, show. Over 7, show.
Vegas has not been able to convert on third downs today, just 1 for 9. McClendon throwing, complete. Matthew Sexton tiptoes the sideline, eventually knocked down shy of midfield. Antonio Brooks there with the tackle, but a good conversion on third down, a pickup of 37.
That's almost all Sexton right here, and you see Jalen McClendon moving the pocket off the token fake. One of his better throws today, and then Sexton doing the rest, tightrope in the sideline. And to your point, finally some progress on third down for Vegas.
Here you go. Set up! 180! What's that?
Handoff, and Seattle knew it was coming. McKenzie was greeted by Thompson and Lelos.
Lelos called his name a bunch today. He's just such an active player, splitting the gap there between the tackle and the guard. And then they've got pursuit off of the edge for contain. Right call defensively versus the wrong call offensively.
Have I mentioned Lelos is a Dartmouth guy?
Here you go. Hey, sit up! 180, white side.
Second and 13, the pressure comes again. McClendon got popped.
Hey, one dragon. Steamer, you got steamer. Steamer, yeah. You got him. Yeah. You going to the right. Side. 180. White side.
Third and 13, the handoff. And McKenzie only gets 1. Lelos again on the stop. The defense continuing to do their job today for the Sea Dragons.
They came ready to play, and I think, you know, from their perspective, they were like, we're tired of hearing about this 34 number. Let's just do our part. We're already leading the league in points allowed. We take care of business on our side. The rest of it won't matter.
Carrizosa with the punt. McKnight makes a cut back midfield across the 20, and a late flag comes in.
During the return, receiving team 17, spot's good. All right, half the distance from there, 17. Holding, return team, number 17. Penalty is half the distance to the goal. First down, Seattle. Timeout.
Timeout on the field. 5:20 to play here in the fourth. Seattle up 28-3. It has been a tough week for Seattle. They got the devastating news on Monday that defensive end Chris Smith, their teammate, passed away at 31 years old. They are remembering him and honoring him by doing what they do best, showing up and showing out. They have a lead here in the fourth, and if this score holds, Seattle would advance to the playoffs with a tiebreaker win over St. Louis. They would play DC in that playoff game.
Set, go! Hut! Hut!
They'll have to go 92 yards for the magic number. Oh, dangerous throw. Gordon was working on Kennedy again.
See, this is where the clock in the XFL and the clock rules, not stopping on an incomplete pass. You can take that risk if you're Seattle and still have an incompletion, and the clock still favors you.
81 on 2, ready.
And with the way your defense is playing right now, as long as they continue to hold Vegas from scoring any more points, they're good.
Correct. It's not as much about Seattle scoring points as it is keeping Vegas out of the end zone.
Here comes the pressure. DiNucci senses, steps up. What a performance from Ben DiNucci today.
See him just stepping up right there. It's really, really a good job by the tight end there on the edge, taking on that block and creating that crease for Ben DiNucci. I think that's one of the things that's really intriguing about him as an overall prospect, particularly for the NFL, is his athleticism is highly undervalued.
DiNucci with 41 yards rushing on the ground. Vegas as a team has 48. Mupeo, what a load to bring down with the first down. Stormer, what do you got?
Well, we've talked so much today about the confidence that Ben DiNucci has, even coming off the turnover. I asked him earlier this week, when you do have instances in games where you're down or you're turning the football over, how do you always find a way to rebound. And he said, well, being confident helps. And that's what we've seen time and time again today. The finger guns, him revving up the crowd, the energy that he has after he scores. And he told me this is the most fun that he has had playing football in such a long time. He loves playing in the XFL, how it breathes new life into not only his career, but a number of players in this league.
Stormer, we've heard that from so many players week after week. To Mupeo,
Charlie is toting.
pushing forward.
Charlie is toting.
You're not going to stop him with one guy.
Charlie is toting.
Charlie is toting. Yeah.
Look at the big fella here. Pressing the hole, lowering the shoulder.
Second down.
No, Ben DiNucci having a great time playing in this league, and I'll tell you what's going to happen in this league is
let's go.
This thing gets underway for a couple of seasons. There's going to be some stars emerge in this league that are going to become ambassadors for their teams, for their fan bases, something to build the league around. It's going to be good football the longer it goes on.
A deep shot, and DiNucci's picked off again. Jamar Summers with the interception for Vegas.
Getting a little greedy. We've talked about sometimes Ben DiNucci taking the risks. You love the spectacular plays, but then there's going to be plays like that. You got to live with them. But oftentimes when he underthrows it, it's because his footwork is not planted. It's not firm. He's
No, we don't.
Such a flick of the wrist thrower.
That's why he's running the ball there.
That's back-to-back interceptions for Ben DiNucci. But, you know, Tom, following up on your point, I agree with you 100% about where the XFL is going. It started with a dream for the owners, a dream for the players to get to the NFL. Now that we're seeing so many former NFL guys, Ben DiNucci, Philip Lindsay, Josh Gordon, the XFL is turning into a destination. This is where guys are going to want to play in the spring. McClendon pressured, throw off the mark, was looking for Sexton. Antoine Jackson right in the grill of McClendon.
In essence, that last interception by Ben DiNucci just ended up being a punt that flipped field position. I mean, there's very little risk with it.
50 dives, their choice. 50 dives, their choice. You on the left, though. You on the left. Yeah, I promise. I got you.
We approach the 2-minute warning.
180. What's that?
And Vegas did not get the snap off in time.
This is the 2-minute warning.
No, man.
A cool 52 degrees here in Seattle. This is football weather. We got the ferry boat on the water downtown. What a scene. Thanks for joining us here in Seattle. Everyone enjoying this at home, XFL is brought to you by Pella Windows and Doors. Tested for extremes, designed for your home. Take a look at all the incredible people who work so hard week after week behind the scenes to make this broadcast possible.
Yes!
We got to shout out our incredible producer, Aaron Owens, and our director.
She's running the show.
Johnny Hanna. Everyone has done an incredible job for 10 weeks. This has been an honor, a pleasure. Everyone here in the booth, thank you so much for being a part of this special season here in the XFL.
And in this production, there's so many moving parts, right, that you don't have in other sporting events. And what a fast 10 weeks it's been.
Final 2 minutes here in this fourth quarter. Sexton has broken free for Vegas. Matthew Sexton, did he get in? No, he did not get in. Unbelievable.
Jeff,
chased down from behind.
We have the rule, Dean, where the fumble occurred in the field of play when out of bounds. Should be offensive ball still, right?
It comes back to the spot of the fumble.
Yep.
It's clearly fumbled short of the goal line. The 1 is a good spot.
Perfect. Vegas ball, yep.
By rule, the runner fumbled the ball at the 1 yard line. Will be brought back to the spot of the 1. First down, Vegas.
See, what had happened was Mikael Wright, the chase down from behind. It still is the longest play of the season for Vegas at 84 yards, but they don't get to cap it off.
Mikael Wright was rolling.
Hey! Press it, our ball! Yeah, our ball!
By rule, 4th down fumble. Rules apply under 2 minutes. The ball will be brought back to the spot of the fumble. First down, Vegas at the 1 yard line.
Harry, as a receiver, do you have to get on your guy if something like that happens? What do you do coming off of a play like that?
I'm sitting him down, and he's never going in the game again. Inexcusable, showboating, tuck the ball away, go in the end zone. Simple as that, fellas.
All right, let's go to the command center. Dean Blandino, can you explain the rule, how that play unfolded at the end?
So this is different from the NFL and college. This is the rule when you fumble it into your opponent's end zone and it goes out of bounds. Normally that's a touchback. We changed that. Now the offense will retain possession when they fumble it into their opponent's end zone and it goes out of bounds. It's treated just like a fumble forward out of bounds in the field of play. So Vegas will maintain possession, but it won't be a score. It will go to the 1 yard line.
So what was the line of thinking in making that shift? What did you think made that a better option for the XFL?
Well, we wanted to try to, as we think about our rules innovations, that was something our fans were telling us. They didn't like the rule that it was a touchback if the defense didn't recover. And we felt like we wanted to listen to our fans, make that change. This is the first time it's happened all year.
Wow.
We like that, getting the fans involved. Dean, thank you so much for that explanation. So it'll be 1st and goal from the 1 for Vegas. McKenzie with the carry, and he does get in the end zone. Touchdown, Vipers. Shy McKenzie with a 1 yard touchdown rush. Vegas, their first touchdown of the ball game.
Simple, easy handoff inside here.
So Vegas will elect to go for 2. We don't kick extra points in the XFL. 2-point conversion try from the 5 yard line. Sexton, the man in motion for Vegas. McClendon rolling out. Chased down by Lelos. Incomplete. Was looking for Sexton. And at the end of that play, there was somebody on that sideline who the players are making sure that they're okay. as McClendon was bearing down. I didn't see how it happened at the end, but I sure hope that person's okay on the sideline. 2-point conversion is no good. 28-9, Seattle now on top.
Was it open?
A quick strike for Vegas, just 3 plays. They went 85 yards in under a minute.
Yeah, did you see the shit they did today, Charles Buckley? I mean, they're fucking 18. That's the dumbest thing I ever heard of.
Anyway, if you want more explanation of fumble,
you know what? I got it now. Because Casper, 1990, yeah.
Yes.
I haven't seen it since. I don't remember seeing it. I know. Well, I was playing, that's why, you know.
You wanted access.
Jim Haslett having a good time with the officials today.
The fans have spoken. That's what we're giving you. 1:30 to play here in the 4th. And a penalty flag at the end of this one.
Holding, receiving team number 9. Is your spot good? Spot is good.
We're going to go from the end of the play then. Okay. Behind.
Holding, return team number 9. 10-yard penalty. First down. Seattle.
Let's go. A minute 25. Come on. First downs.
In case you're wondering, even with that score by Vegas there, Seattle is still in prime position to win the 5th tiebreaker as things stand right now.
Other side, other side, other side.
If you're Seattle, all you got to do is take care of the ball. They go on the ground with Philip Lindsay. Lindsay brought down at the 21, a gain of 4.
They're letting it run out. Huddle up, huddle up. Fuck, I got it. Come on. Come on. Never mind, never mind. Opposite right, Y off. You got a headset? Yeah. Denver Y punch on 2. Set, go!
Seattle running out the clock. Philip Lindsay picks up the first down, and that'll do it. A gain of 11. Vegas not stopping the clock.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Yeah. Yeah. No. Strong left. Strong left. Tampa on 2. Ready. Tampa.
Man, we got all types of onesies out here. You might have to, your pick, which one you want to get home with.
Warm dragon hats.
Fans are chanting, "We want DC. We want DC." Well, you get your wish. Seattle with a 28-9 win, taking care of business, and the Sea Dragons advance to the playoffs in the XFL.
Good game, bro. Good game, bro. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Good game, bro. All the best in the future, man. Appreciate it. Yes, sir. Appreciate it. What's up, dude?
And the fans just heard it over the announcement here in the stadium. With the win, they have tied St. Louis for a 7-3 record, but off the 5th tiebreaker, they win it and will advance over St. Louis.
The league could not ask for anything more. To go into the final week of the season and have all 4 games have playoff implications, you couldn't have scripted it any better.
Good game, bro. Good game.
Seattle fans wanted DC, and you will get him. The Defenders will take on the Sea Dragons next Sunday at 3 Eastern on ESPN. That game is going to be something special. Let's send it down to Jim Haslett with Stormy.
Coach Haslett, I know it wasn't the prettiest the last couple of minutes, but that doesn't matter. Your team is in the playoffs. What changed at halftime for you guys to get this win?
Well, you know, I thought the defense was outstanding the whole day. I mean, they were into it and playing well, and we struggled early on offense, and then we kind of got in a rhythm, and we scored 3 straight touchdowns, and they, you know, it was all clicking. It's a good football team. They're really good players. They really are, and they work hard. We push the limit. We push them to the limit, and I think they like it. So it's fun being around them. Hopefully we can continue to do what we're doing.
You guys had a lot of different motivation coming into this game, including playing with heavy hearts, losing one of your own in Chris Smith. I know how much you and these players wanted to win for him.
Yeah, you know, I'm the one that talked Chris into playing. So, and I love Chris. I met his mother and father this week. I know why he's such a great guy, because his mother and dad were outstanding, and they're great people. So surely going to be missed. He's a great guy. He was a great guy.
Absolutely. Now on to DC. Coach Haslett, a team that you had trouble with in the regular season, but that...
What you say trouble, we lost by 1 on the last play of the game, and then we went for 2 to win it, and we didn't make it. So it'll be a good game.
Well, I was going to say, how excited are you for another shot?
Yeah, I think it's going to be a good game. It's going to be a good game. People are going to want to watch it. It'll be better than a championship game.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
In memory of Chris Smith, 31-year-old defensive end who passed away last week on Monday. What a way to honor your fallen teammate with a big win here today.
Well, again, you come out, you do what you can do. You worry about what you can control. And I think they used the week, turned it into something positive. And again, a locker room, a football team's like a family. Then they lost a family member. And you see a very disappointed member of the St. Louis Battlehawks right there, and A.J. McCarron looking up at that screen one last time as a playoff burst slips away.
What a season here in the XFL. We have finished the regular season, and the playoffs are set. Arlington will take on Houston. Seattle will take on D.C. Fans, thank you. It's been incredible. For my crew, Tom Luganville, Harry Douglas, Stormy Bonantoni, Aaron Owens producing, Johnny Hanna directing. I am John Schriffen saying thank you for joining us from Seattle. Danucci and Sea Dragons will move on to the playoffs.